Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first V Foundation Virtual Scientific Symposium. We're so delighted to have you with us in this first experiment we're going to have. So I hope you'll bear with us if we have a few glitches, but want to just let you know that we're glad you're here. We've got a very interesting day planned for you, a morning session where we're going to talk about the Stuart Scott Fund, and the afternoon session where we're going to talk about the Robin Roberts Fund. And I'll be explaining both of those to you in a few minutes. But just want to say thank you to some of the wonderful grant-making partners and funders that we have in this endeavor to fund more cancer research that's really relevant to the times. Thank you to Bristol Myers Squibb, who has been a partner all along in helping us fund disparities research, in helping us fund all kinds of important research. And thank you too to ESPN, who has been a partner with us since the founding of the V Foundation, to Robin Roberts and her guests at the annual evening with Robin Roberts, and also to the Scott Hamilton Cares Foundation. And if you're with us for the afternoon session, you'll also be hearing from Scott Hamilton. Want to tell you a little bit about this morning's session. And in this time, I mean, we've been planning this symposium for a long time, but at the current moment where we are all being called to recognize that Black lives matter, and we at the V Foundation want to even ramp up our efforts towards looking at the disparities in cancer research, in how cancer disproportionately affects people of color, and also to support the careers of young minority investigators. And that's why we started the Stu Scott Memorial Cancer Research Fund 5 years ago, shortly after Stu passed away. I think many of you know who Stu was, but we will talk about him also a bit later and hear from his sister, Susan, and his daughters, Taelor and Sydni. Since we started the program in 2015, we've awarded more than $10.5 million. And I'm happy to announce today that our wonderful partners at Bristol Myers Squibb are awarding another $1 million towards that grant program. And together we're challenging all of you to help us do even more towards the end of making disparities in cancer care, as well as disparities in healthcare, as well as racism worldwide, a thing of the past. The Stu Scott funds have gone to comprehensive cancer centers around the country. These are very competitive grants, and we asked each cancer center for one application for both our young investigators and for translational grants. So the young investigators are people who are new in their career and who are beginning to contribute in a major way to the research that we have ongoing and in the world of cancer on various different topics. And the translational grants look at some of the reasons that we find for differences in both incidence of cancers and also why there are disparities in that lead to some cancers being even more fatal in different populations than in others. So I'd like to just share a few housekeeping notes before we begin. One is that our technical hosts are able to control the audio and video for everyone, all of the panelists. No one needs to be moving on and off of video or audio because our hosts, our technical hosts, will take care of that. You'll see on the slide a number that you can call if you're having any technical issues. It's truly a live human being who will talk to you about what you might need. And I will then, we are going to have a Q&A at the end. And you'll see that at the bottom of your screen, there is a Q&A button that you'll be able to use to answer questions at the end of the session. And again, we will take those live and ask them of the various presenters. If you have a specific presenter that you would like to ask the question of, let us know. And if you have a general question, let us know and we'll field it to the appropriate scientist.